Have you been wondering where I went on my trip and what I bought in the way of souvenirs? Well, stay tuned. Hi, you wonderful people. Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev, and welcome back to my channel. Now, I've been home for a little over a week, and I'm finally getting around to doing a recap of where we went on our trip, what happened, what souvenirs did I get. So I'm combining the souvenirs and recap together. I will be doing videos, though, of the places we went, but I won't be starting that until in November, after we get down to Yuma. Not that many of you watched them anyway. But those are the type of videos that takes time to build up viewers. So, let's get started. First off, let's see, I've got all my notes here. I've got a map. Now, the first day, of course, was flying day. And we flew from Seattle to O'Hare in Chicago. And then from Chicago to Copenhagen. And from Copenhagen to Bergen, Norway, where we got on the ship. So, the flying itself, it was okay. I don't want to fly through O'Hare again if I'm flying internationally. I was going to do a video, and I even started to do it on that airport, on how to get from where you've flown in from domestic airport in the States, to how you get to the international terminal. Too complicated. Too complicated. Is that the one where they... I'm trying to think. Hold on a second. Had to check with Bob, make sure I got my facts straight. Now, O'Hare's international terminal is far from the other terminals. And trying to figure out how to get to it is one thing. So we even looked online to see, and it was different. I mean, you either get all your luggage, go back out, recheck it in, go back through security, all that mess, or you try to take the train and go, and it was so mixed up. So we got on the little train, and we sat on it. It took a long time to get down to Terminal 5. So we get off, and we thought, well, now where do we go, right? We're following signs, but I think we went the wrong way for this one thing. Well, this very nice gentleman's walking up, pushing a wheelchair that he'd collapsed up, because I guess he was taking it back somewhere. And we said, how do we get down to such and such a gate? And he says, oh, you need a wheelchair? And I said, well, no, but we're just kind of lost. He says, sit down in the wheelchair, I'll take you down there. And I said, well, truthfully, I am in a lot of pain with my back, but I've always felt like it should save the wheelchairs for people who are worse off than me, right? So he says, no, you'll see what I mean, the bennies of going in your wheelchair. So I sat down in the wheelchair, and we kept going and going and going and going. And I'm thinking, man, I'm glad this saint came around. So we get there. Excuse me. We have to go through security again. But the difference was, a wheelchair person, I got taken right up. Because it was a long line. That would have been long to stand in that line. I would have been so grumpy and so much pain by the time we'd get to it. So anyway, we got through security. And I said, well, we can probably go from here, walk down. And he goes, no, I'm taking you the whole way. So he takes us all the way down. I think it was something like M29 or something like that. And he was just so sweet. And he would pick up our stuff and put it on. So Bob gave him a nice tip. I told Bob, you better tip this guy. And he was very friendly. So we got down there, got on the plane, and the flight from there to, where were we going? Copenhagen no issues, of course. You know, it was during the night. I, of course, didn't sleep. I tried. I mean, I tried, but I mainly read my book, of which I will be doing a video on. And which book was it? It was the sequel to my V.C. Andrews book that I read on the last trip. So anyway, watch for that video. Anyway, so we get to Copenhagen. I don't remember anything critical happening there. We just quick got down to our other... we had to catch our plane. That was a lot littler plane, you know, 2 seats each side stuff. But it was only like an hour long. And the guy across from me, I think he had Tourette's or something. He could not, I mean, really, could not sit still. He was constantly, you know, poor guy. Anyway, he was on the cruise, and he didn't act like that the rest of the time on the cruise. So maybe it was nerves. But anyway, we got to the Bergen airport. Very nice airport. I mean, you know, can't complain about that airport. Got right in, got right up to customs, went flying through. Got on the Viking had people there, because we went on Viking, with signs of where to go to, you know, get on the bus, because we paid for transfers from there to the ship, which was about a half-hour ride. So anyway, we rode on that. Beautiful scenery. You'll see pictures of that, you know, videos of that. Then we get to the ship, get on, beautiful ship, easy check-in. So, of course, that was day one. Bergen, which it says scenic Bergen, is nestled amid snow-capped mountains, magnificent fjords, and a glacier, which is a cute town. So, the next day, though, we did a little tour. And, of course, it was raining. So, that was the first day. Or second day, because they count the day you get on as day one. Then on day 3, we sailed the North Sea, which it was very cloudy and, you know, kind of rainy and stuff, which is okay, because everybody's kind of tired from traveling, so that was a good day to rest. Okay, then the next day, day 4, we stopped in Amsterdam. I remember Bob and I went to Amsterdam on our trip in July, August. So we had signed up for their included tour, which was a little canal boat cruise through Amsterdam. We thought, what the heck, we enjoyed the other one we did. Of course, it was raining. I mean, raining. So they walk us over to the little canal ships. Excuse me. And we get in, and it was more of a boat that was for, like, if you're going to have a meal on it. You had a big table and chairs facing the other way. So we didn't even think when we sat down, and my brother and his wife sat across from us, they were going backwards. Well, it wouldn't have mattered that much anyway, because it was raining so hard, you couldn't really see things out the windows. So that was a little disappointing. But then when we got back from that little cruise, my brother and his wife continued to go into town, even though, you know, it was raining. But they'd never been there, so we just went back to the ship. Okay, day 5 is Bruges, Belgium. That is the most adorable town. Bob and I had been there before. So we just opted to take the little bus ride into Bruges, and then they gave you a little hour tour around. Then you were on your own for an hour, which we really liked. Day 6, we were supposed to pull into Le Havre, France, and from there we would be taking an included excursion to Paris. So we'd be riding around Paris, just kind of see it, get an overview of it, right? And we had never gone to Paris. So we thought, okay, this is our second opportunity to go. Let's just do it. Well, there was a port workers' strike that day. So the ship could not go into port. So we had another day at sea. Then day 7, we got to Portsmouth, England, which was a cute little town. I'm trying to remember what we did. I don't remember. I think we just took the included tour. It says, central to England's maritime past, Portsmouth has been a naval port for centuries, and it was a cute little town. Would I go there again? I don't think so. I mean, once you've seen it, you've seen it. Then we went to day 8 to Falmouth. It's spelled Falmouth. Now, Looks like more like foul mouth to me. Anyway, Falmouth is a popular tourist resort among Britain's for its seaside tranquility. Boy, my talking is making my throat itch. So that was day 8. Day 9, we sailed. At that point, we were at the Atlantic Ocean. So we sailed the Atlantic Ocean's legendary waters have been the route of explorers for centuries. Then we went to the town I was most anxious to go to on day 10, which is Porto, Portugal. Loved it. We had a beautiful day. No rain. I mean, oh man, God answered our prayers, right? So we did the included tour, which took us on a bus up through, and then we got off for a while and walked around. They showed us things. But then at one point we left the tour, and you'll see videos of this, of course. And we got on a boat, which was like a riverboat cruise, canal cruising, under what they call the 6 bridges of Porto. And that was a lot of fun. Oh, it says Porto prizes its famed port wines and beautiful historic old town on the Douro. So we were on the Douro River. Okay, day 11. We sailed the Atlantic Ocean again. It says, based in Greek mythology, the Atlantic Ocean's name means Sea of Atlas. Day 12, we got to Malaga, Spain, and that's where the ship docked. But we took we paid extra for a tour to go up and see, what's it, does that start with? Oh, starts with an A. Hold on. Okay, it was the Alhambra. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. It was a very long tour, and it was labeled as demanding, but we thought, it's our only opportunity probably to go, because we don't know how many more times we're going to go to Europe cruising. And I figured, okay, I'll push myself through it. Boy, did I have to. Oh my God, walking on all these uneven little, sometimes it was cobblestone, sometimes it was stones, big different sizes. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. And on the way back, we got back earlier. Am I thinking the right spot? No. So we got back in time. And like I say, a video on that, you've got to see it. Got back to the ship. And that day, it was hot also. So, what it said about Granada, which is up where the Alhambra is, Granada is a splendid canvas of Moorish architecture and Andalusia tradition. We didn't get to see a whole lot of Granada, just what we drove through, but I don't think we missed much. Then day 13, we went to, they label it here Murcia, but it's also Cartagena, Spain. And Murcia is celebrated for its farmland and its huertas, fertile market gardens. So we just took the included one on that one. We're glad we saw it. We did like the town. What did we? I am so mixed up. Okay, we didn't take the included tour. My brother did. Bob and I started to leave the ship. We got off the gangway, and it was pouring. We thought, oh, no, let's go back. So we went back inside. After a couple of hours, it had cleared up. And we thought, we'll probably regret if we don't go see the town, while we had the opportunity. So we went back off. It had pretty much stopped raining. This town is adorable. And in there's also a building you go into, and it takes you up into this amphitheater, this old amphitheater. I've got pictures of that too. And after we're done there, we went down in the little town. And of course, beer had a Bob. Bob had a beer. I had a Coke. And we just walked around the little town, and then it was starting to sprinkle again, so we made our way back to the ship. But we were really glad that we had gone in. So, the rain in Spain fell on us. So then day 14 is where we ended up, that was the end of the cruise. Days 14 and 15, we were in Barcelona. Now, Bob and I had been there several times. It's one of our favorite cities to go to. And we decided this time we would take the tour that took us up to Montserrat Monastery, which is up in the hills. Of course, it was pouring rain. But we went, but once we get inside the place, oh my God, beautiful, gorgeous. They have the Black Madonna in there, as they call it. I mean, I got videos on that too. You got to see that one. Oh, no wonder why the monks didn't mind staying up there inside. But it was a beautiful place. So that's the one that on our way back down, it had stopped raining on the way back down. And we had more time, so the bus driver and the tour person decided, hey, let's just, we have time, let's take a little trip back, get off and go up through where the Olympic facilities are in Barcelona. Now, Bob and I had been up through there years ago, but it was fun to go up through there and see things that we forgot about. So that was an extra added excursion. Then when we got back down into the town part, they said, well, we could drive you a little more through town, and anybody want to get off and go through town, we can let you all off here. Some jerks, who've been jerks the whole time. I don't mean just that day, but other days. No, we want to go back to the ship and get packed. Because we had to have our luggage out by 10 that night. So anyway, we went back to the ship. And spent the night there, because that was kind of our hotel, was the ship. Then the next day, of course, was plane day to go home. So we had to leave. Left my brother and his wife there because they were continuing on to stay. We learned from the trip in July, August that we can't handle them any more days. So they were continuing on to take a train to Paris. And from there, they were going to, well, they were staying a few nights in Barcelona because they'd never been there. Went on to Paris for several nights, and then to Reykjavik, which they love, for a couple of nights, and then back home. So we got on our plane. Long. What did we fly through? Okay, it was directly Barcelona to Philadelphia, which yeah, was okay, It was on American, so they were very nice. In fact, this one stewardess liked me, I think. So we were awake. From the time we left, we got up, we were awake 24 hours trying to get home. Going through customs is a total bitch. It takes so long we get through customs. Now, this is in Philadelphia. We go back through thinking, okay, now we can go to our plane. It's going to take us to Seattle. No, we had to go through another security, big, long line. It's like, how many security things do we have to go through? Do you guys not all believe each other when you pass somebody through? You think they aren't doing their jobs? So anyway, we finally got through, went down, waited, got on our plane, took our plane home. Of course, once we arrive in Seattle, we've got to drive down and catch a ferry. So we got home about 12:30 our time. So we were ready to sleep, but we were awake in a couple hours, and we're still a week later. Is it a week? No. 4 days later, we're still trying to get back on our sleeping schedule. So, did I enjoy it? I did. Now, of course, there were a few issues here and there, like we said, the rain and gripey, complaining people and stuff like that. But that's just how it is now. So we really liked Viking. I'm going to do a video on the Viking ship, and it's going to be my pros and cons of sailing with them. So you might want to watch that if you ever think of going on Viking. So let's get to the souvenirs. Let's see what this is. I mean, they're still in their little bags. So I figured, why should I unpack them, bring them in here, and then I'll just unpack them while I'm showing you. I don't have a lot of time. Okay, what do we have in here? Oh, okay, this was in Barcelona. because, as you know, we just started collecting the magnets on our trip in the June-July trip. So we didn't have anything for Barcelona. I thought this was so cute. Cute, as my Aunt Irene would say. And then we also got one of the La Familia Segura, the big cathedral in Barcelona. We went into here in 2006, so it's probably changed a lot, but they're still working on it. They're going to always be working on it. So those were the ones from Barcelona. Then, okay, this is Porto. Now, Porto, as you'll see when you watch my video on Porto, a lot of the buildings had tiles on them, so we thought this was pretty cute. Very indicative of Porto and their buildings. So we've got this one, and of course we can never decide which ones to get, so we got this one, which was the, I think that's the bridge we walked across. I don't know. And then for Malaga and Andalusia, or actually just Malaga and Granada, we couldn't find one we really liked. So we got this one that says a lot, little signs on it. It says Andalusia, which is the area it's in. Then you have Granada, Sevilla, Malaga, Cadiz, Jaén, Cordoba, Almeria, and Hula. Okay, next one is Granada. Okay, that's where we went up to that Alhambra. That's how the insides of the buildings were. They were made of all this decorative kind of stuff. Gorgeous. And then we also got this one of it. There's part of it. You can see some of the tiles that were inside. The part of the building itself. So that was Alhambra in Granada. This one was huge and got something bigger. I have a lot of these little things, but this is just so pretty. Where did we get it anyway? This one, was this in Cartagena? I don't remember. Anyway. Isn't that pretty? Where were we where it was raining? Anyway. Where were we where it was raining? Everywhere. But isn't that pretty? I love those colors. And this is, like a copy of some of the tiles that they have on the buildings. And of course they had a lot of dishes and things like that match them. So that was a souvenir. And see this one. Okay, this one was from Norway. So this had to have been from Bergen. Isn't that cute? I mean, that's kind of how the houses looked in the old town. I mean, isn't that adorable? And then here's another one too. So those were from Bergen, Norway. And is that it? Is that it? Oh, no. I got a bag. I kept this bag. Because it was so pretty. Had to have been from... Oh, I didn't buy anything in Amsterdam, but something came in this bag. Okay, then we have... Oh, okay. This was from Amsterdam, this bag. And I thought this was the cutest little shoe with the flowers. I thought it was a magnet. It's not. But I'm thinking I can get a little magnet to glue on there and stick it on somehow on a refrigerator. But isn't that cute? So that was from the actual cruise terminal. And Belgium. It has to be Bruges. Bob actually wanted to get a shot glass. It's got got the little guy, little statue that pees. All these different little buildings on it. Bruges Hotel. So Bob got that. And I wanted something a little different. It's a magnet, but look how big it is. Isn't that cute? Of course, most of the places we went, the mode of transportation are bicycles, but especially in this town. So that's that one. And then one more. It's putting me cute little bags. But this is a lot easier to transport home. Something this small. This one was from, Cartagena. The little last one we went into before Barcelona. Isn't that cute? Well, see, I told you about that big amphitheater. We went in there, and we got good pictures of that, good video. So you'll have to watch that one, too. So I think that's it, folks. So what do you think? I'm sure I got them all. Next Tuesday, pulmonary doctor. Anyway, please be sure to watch my videos. I mean, it's my videos of the places we went. You know, that'll help encourage me to keep making them. Because you gotta wait a long time. People have to want to be like going to that town and they look up the town on YouTube and then watch it. It's not something like my regulars would see it come up and say, oh, I want to watch that. Some of you did. Some of you are so faithful, and I love you all for it. I really do. You're what keeps me going here. So please comment below, share, like, and subscribe. And I hope you're all having a terrific week. As you know, I'm trying to pack up and get ready to head down south, and then I can relax, well, for a little bit. We'll see. I love you all. Bye.